Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Buckets, Blitzes, and Breakaways podcast. I'm your host, Evan, along with my brother, Jake,
Hi.
and our good buddy, Hayden, as well.
Hello.
Today, we're going to be talking about basketball. This is our very first basketball podcast of this new brand that we have going on here.
That B-ball.
Yeah. So first thing I want to get into, the Bucks owner was asked about Giannis and his future with the team with Milwaukee, obviously, and he said, and I quote, "I had a great conversation with Giannis in June, and he made it clear that he is committed to Milwaukee and he likes having his family here." Then just about an hour later, Giannis was asked about it, and he said he has no memory of that conversation happening. Was that the Bucks owner trying to silence people about it?
I don't know what Jake's thought on it is, but for me, I would think that's more of like a, you know how Jerry Jones and Micah Parsons thing just happened a couple months ago,
Yeah.
and where like Micah was very much adamant on the idea that he wanted more money, and like I know this is a little different, but just you'll hear what I'm talking about. This why I'm going like this. And then Jerry Jones was explicit on like how he felt on the situation.
Mhm.
This is that, but in a very conservative manner. I felt like I'm assuming the owner is trying to be like, well, like trying to keep it hush hush, like you said,
Yeah.
but at the same time, he's also trying to like be positive towards Giannis.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I see what you mean. Yeah.
But Giannis is, a guy where he's doing the right thing, and he's basically kind of outing him. Giannis doesn't really want to be there anymore. Especially with how the league is nowadays. I could be wrong, but like he definitely wants to go somewhere else. Not because he wants to like only win chips, just because I think that's just the nature of the NBA is people want to expand and have that kind of legacy, right?
Yeah, no, I think that's facts. Like I don't even know if it's that he wants to leave Milwaukee. I just think he wants good teammates. Like he has good teammates obviously, but like he wants he wants a second option that's reliable.
He's
Like
definitely wasting his career if he's stays in Milwaukee. If he doesn't get another.
he's had good teammates before. Like obviously, he had like Drew Holiday. Before that, I think he had Eric Bledsoe. Well, okay, Eric Bledsoe wasn't that great, but you know what I mean. And then like obviously
Yep.
Dame I mean Dame, it didn't work out with him, man. I mean
It
obviously
just
the
didn't work.
injury. Yeah, I didn't see. I don't think many people saw it working out, to be honest.
I mean, he also had Chris Middleton.
Yeah, no, not anymore. Chris Middleton got traded to like the Wizards
Yeah, like
because now but now don't worry, he has Kyle Kuzma. That'll get him to the promised land, eh?
like Giannis has had decent teammates, they just get traded away.
Well,
Or sign
Chris
somewhere
Middleton
But
else.
sort of
also,
started winding down a little bit. I don't think he was playing the way he used to. He started turning up in Washington a little bit, but
Well, that's
but if you
Washington.
think about it, also, I think Middleton, and I could be wrong. I could be eating my words right now. Like everyone that's watching right now, like I am the casual in this kind of aspect, but by all means, Middleton wasn't that good. Like he was good, but he was good because he had to be with the options that were on Milwaukee, if that makes sense.
well, yeah,
Like I
he's
didn't
not a
think he
first
was.
option. He's not like a star player, but he was very, very well-rounded second option for Giannis. Like he
But
had
I
all
still
the
don't think he was
offensive.
good though.
Oh, he absolutely was. He was an all-star.
No, well, not in the aspect of like what I'm trying to get at. Like when you look at the other, like I'm saying, like for second options that are available in the league, I would never pick Middleton over the guys that I can think of right now.
I mean, not now for sure, but I mean, he was a 21 point per game scorer for like 4 seasons in a row. Like he's definitely good. He was definitely very good. Nowadays, yeah, I could see that he's not what he used to be at all. So, but I think they got rid of him at a little too late. You know what I mean? I think they should have made that move beforehand. Like maybe
Yeah,
the year after they won the championship. Obviously, that season was not a success either. So maybe then they should have looked to move him instead of like 3 seasons after when he's kind of he's like 33 now. So, but yeah, no, Giannis. I think if they can't figure it out for him, like if they can't realize that Kyle Kuzma, Kevin Porter Jr. and Gary Trent Jr. are not going to get the job done in Milwaukee, then I think Giannis is going to get out of there, and I think he would be, it's either title or bust. I think. And I think that's you don't need me telling you that. That's pretty obvious. Like everyone knows, and it's like not that Giannis is selling them short or giving them hasn't given them too much time. He's given them we're going on like what 13 years of his career. Like it's a
yeah, that is
pretty
true.
long time. And I mean they did win, and so it's not a failure. But like you can only go so long with losing all the time. I guess I don't know.
When did Giannis join the league?
It's 2013.
That's crazy to think about, actually. When you really think about it, actually.
Yeah, right. Like, dude, it's it's insane. It's crazy how
That's a
like
long time.
I can't believe we're already bro like dog we're closer to 2030 than we were to 2020.
That's okay.
I don't like that.
I'm better, no?
Yeah, no, I don't like that. I don't like that. Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, I don't know. I think Giannis is gonna be gone pretty soon here, but we'll have to see.
Where's
Um,
some hypotheticals that for you guys? Where do you think he could end up?
um, just hear me out. Probably not gonna happen. But
I think I
imagine
agree
we
with you.
see. Yeah, this is a very hot take, and I have no idea if it's cap compliant, so I could just be shooting nothing out of my butt. Okay, but Giannis to the Warriors for Jimmy Butler, the drama queen,
Oh,
and Jonathan Kuminga.
oh, I was not. That's not the route I thought you were going. That would be crazy.
Because I think Jimmy Butler has an ungodly contract, and so far he's been nothing short of a drama queen, and I think that's he fills that role pretty well. I think he'll be
See,
traded, regardless of if it's for Giannis.
I was gonna say Giannis to the Raptors.
That's also because he stated that he loves that city. That's
And he also, like, if you think of I don't know what they'd have to give up for him, obviously, but
well, that's the thing.
I'm
I don't
assuming,
know if the Raptors want to because we just brought in Brandon Ingram. I don't know if
yeah,
we want to we just kind of been building up everything we have so far, and we're gonna try and go somewhere with it this season. I don't think they would want to really do that. Obviously, I am not the person that makes the decisions in the front office for Toronto, so I can't really speak on it. But I don't know. I mean, we would have to give up Scotty for sure. There's no shot they accept that deal without Scotty being there.
you
Grady
really
Dick
think
is
so?
100,000%. I mean, unless we trade them our whole roster, we'd have to give away Grady Dick, Jakob Pertl, Brandon Ingram. I mean, probably all the young guys too, like Jamal Shed. The other young guy, I can't remember his name. Why can't I remember his name? Jacoby Walter. That's who I was trying to think of. Sorry. We'd probably have to give them all up. Like
You don't think they'd
it
give up
wouldn't be
like
worth
R.J.
us.
Barrett?
Yeah, we'd get rid of RJ Barrett too, but he's not that big of an asset. I mean, okay, he is, but he's not. I don't know.
Interesting.
It's hard to really categorize him because I do like him. I like watching him play, and he definitely took a step forward from where he was before with the Knicks. But like I remember Carmelo Anthony said one time, you don't know if that dude has 20 points or 2 points. Like the way he carries himself, like you can't really tell.
Yeah,
But I feel like he started, he kind of maybe he took that into consideration or not. I don't know, but he sort of took that next step last season. But I just don't think he's worth that much in the grand scheme of things, in the basketball sense, of course.
fair
But
enough.
I don't know. It's hard to say. Another thing that came out today, though, we got Anthony Davis had a detached retina in his eye. Pretty dangerous injury, to be honest. If it's not treated right
Yeah.
away or not surgically repaired, you could lose your eye. I'm pretty sure. But now he's forced to wear protective goggles for the rest of his career. What do you guys think about that? And there is a picture here. I'm gonna
Um,
provide. I'll send it to you, Hayden, on Instagram if you want to look at it. I don't know where the hell your handle is. There you go. But me and Jake are looking at it. I mean, he kind of looks like a badass. I won't lie. I'm not gonna I'm not even gonna lie. He kind of looks like a badass right there. He might be dropping 50 a night. I'm just gonna say that right now.
and he has to
Um,
wear it because of what reason again? Sorry.
his detached retina. So like he got that surgically repaired, but your eyes. I mean, I don't know exactly how it works, but your eyes are very sensitive, I guess, afterwards. Because I think if a detached retina sits for too long, or if it just happens, you have a very big chance of going blind in that eye.
Oh wow. And so, does he have to wear glasses for the rest of his life?
I don't know if it's like I think it's just when he plays, because I think it's just like when he's playing sports, you can't risk anything.
Yeah, I get it. That makes sense to
I
me.
mean, I don't know if he wears glasses on his own time or not, but yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know.
Interesting. Well, I honestly think he definitely kind of does look like a badass.
Yeah, bro. One of the top comments on that is somebody said Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And I was like, damn, that's kind of fire though.
That is really fire.
That yeah, that actually goes hard. So maybe maybe he's gonna be rivaling LeBron for number one all time. I don't know. Scoring, that is. He's not the GOAT. At me. Anyways, I'm not gonna get into that. Don't worry.
I feel like
Spent too much time on that.
I have never not talked about basketball without bringing that discussion up.
And I've never talked about LeBron without going on a 35-minute tangent. So I don't think if we want to get anywhere with this podcast today, I don't think we should. Maybe we can make that a whole debate, though. I'd love to do that one day, but.
You've
Yeah.
already done the debate 15 times over. So.
Oh, I mean, if we have fans that stuck around from the last podcast that we did, I mean, I'm pretty sure it was every other episode, maybe even every episode. I don't know, but
Every other conversation.
Yeah, literally.
dude, it was
No, like I think that was more like we're gonna about it, we're, like hopefully we don't talk about it, but like that was more of like something that we would talk about than like the Canucks, for example. You know what I
bro,
mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah, absolutely. It was every episode.
Anyway.
I would just say the same things, but anyways, though, another thing of huge news. So about the Houston Rockets, and for those of you who don't know, because we actually didn't say anything, me and Jake are Raptors fans, and Hayden is a Rockets fan. So, and he's not a bandwagon.
Yes.
Don't worry, he was a fan long before Kevin Durant signed there. He's been a fan. I mean, since what, like, since Harden?
I would say
believe.
probably literally when James Harden signed with the Rockets.
Damn. Okay, so he's pretty well seasoned fan. But so Kevin Durant was asked about his contract extension. He's on the last year of his deal because obviously he was traded over there.
Yeah.
So he said that he has a pretty decent chance of re-signing. He envisions being with the Rockets decently long term. I don't know if that means for the rest of his career because obviously he's getting up there in age. But
Yeah.
what do you guys think about that? Do you guys think it'd be a smart move to re-sign? And what do you think the contract should be?
You'd hope that, especially at the age he's at, he would just kind of just stay there until he does retire. Especially because I think the opportunity for the Rockets having the possibility of I think this year for us the ceiling is like we get swept in the conference finals. You know what I mean? That's like the ceiling. But like I think moving forward, like there's a good opportunity for him to be. I mean, I don't know, a title. Honestly, I think that's how good Houston is. I feel like with the roster we have.
Yeah, no,
So
I don't think that's crazy to say. I think that they definitely have a shot for it for sure. Jake, what do you think? What do you think about Kevin Durant being there as a whole, and then do you think that it would be smart for them to keep him around long term?
I mean, that team is pretty young out in Houston, and they could use like that veteran experience. Like
yeah,
he's won how many rings now? At least one.
I think he went. I think
Maybe
he's
a
won.
couple.
Yeah, a couple. He's won a couple.
Like he has that playoff experience, which Houston kind of lacks, especially like the last
Yeah.
couple of years.
Yeah.
I mean, it might be beneficial for them, especially losing Van Vliet for the entire year because of his torn ACL. He could be a big part in their kind of like I guess in how to
Well,
not like get over Van Vliet, but kind of like keep the team going strong, because they had pretty solid season last year. And
yeah, they
and
definitely did.
KD's been known to be like a pretty consistent scorer, so
That is true. I can agree with that. I also think with to kind of add on what he said about like how young they are, like that is a huge part of our like mentality. I feel like, and I also think with kind of like the reuniting of like Steven Adams and now Durant.
And Jeff
I
Green
think that
as
might
well.
be Jeff Green too. Yeah, you're right. Like the opportunity there is definitely good to have those kind of players. You need those.
I was gonna say besides KD, and I forgot about Jeff Green until Evan mentioned that. And like I knew Steve Adams was that, but I was gonna say besides those three, I don't think their team is older than 25.
Well, I don't know. I mean, we can
Um,
let's look at the roster really
I
quick.
don't. I just don't think they're
That's
like.
an idea, actually. I actually don't know if they're older than 20.
I mean,
know
they
they're
traded
around
some of their
there,
young
but-
guys away, obviously, so we have to look at their roster here. Um, age, I'm gonna see if I can sort.
one. Wow. Got he was there too.
So Jeff Green's 39. Holy crap, he really is Unk. We got KD, 36, Dorian Finney-Smith 32, Adams 32, Van Vliet 31. They also have Capella back there as well. That's another reunite. Well, actually, he's more reuniting with the Rockets, not necessarily with
Capella's back
KD.
on the Rockets.
Yeah, he is. Which that's going to be
Oh, well, look at
weird
us.
because they have Şengün obviously starting. Well, I would hope he's starting. But then they have Steven Adams and Clint Capella playing backup minutes. That's going to be a weird one, man. I don't
Looking at
know.
this roster,
Capella's-
Houston's a lot older
I
than
think
remember.
Capella's going to be more of a. I think Capella's going to give more of like a defensive like. He's not going to get as more minutes than Adams, but he's going to get minutes, and like it will only really use him if it's like a defensive game. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I mean, you could say that. Yeah, that's not crazy to say. But are we also thinking that maybe Durant's going to take the small forward role back, and then maybe Şengün could take that power forward role?
Yes, 1000%. Actually, hold your horses. Actually, now that you're saying that to me, that actually makes so much more sense in my head because not that he's small, but he's small in the aspect of a center role.
Yeah.
I mean, besides how he's playing in the Euro League, he would fit so well in that position. You're right. That could
Yeah.
be an option for them.
But then at the same time, you got Jabari Smith Jr. Is he going to be willing to come off the bench without any problems, right?
Being upset.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because he's
that is
22
true.
years old. He's in the prime of his career. I'm pretty sure he had a pretty damn good season. Well, 12-7.
Who's our backup point guard besides? It would be
It would be Aaron Holiday.
because
I think.
obviously.
Or yeah, I don't know. I don't know who your backup point guard is. Reed Shepard.
Probably Reed Shepard. That makes more sense than anything because I know for sure if Fred's out, then probably because obviously Jalen Green's gone, right?
Yeah, he got traded for Kevin Durant. So yeah, but there are options as well. You could look to signing Ben Simmons. Never mind. You could look to
Right.
sign Russell Westbrook though. He's still a free agent as well. That could be fun. I know you're pretty adamant about you don't like Russell Westbrook on the Rockets, but that could be something. I mean, that would be
I'm
literally bringing the gang back together. I mean, you would have 4 out of the starting 5. Well, actually, no, I'm acting like
Amon
Jeff Green's
Thompson.
still going to play.
I messed up.
What?
We forgot about Amon Thompson.
That's true. That is also true. Yeah, bro,
I
they have
think-
so much depth. This team is really good.
I'm now looking at this, like I'm looking at their depth chart, and it says this is what it says. Like by the way, it says their starters are, if he wasn't injured, by the way, Fred, Reed, Amon, Kevin, Alfreen, and their backups are Aaron Holiday at shooting guard, Jabari at power forward, and then Steven Adams at center. But I don't think that's true at all because I would think we would obviously put Amon at point guard and then probably like what you just said, or yeah, something like that, and then maybe like Cam Whitmore at shooting guard or Reed.
Yeah, dude,
Something
like
like
I
that.
don't know. The Rockets got crazy depth right now. It's in every position but the point guard position, essentially. Like Van Vliet,
Yeah.
really, they needed that. Like him missing time might. I mean, I'm a Raptors fan. I saw Van Vliet literally. I used to watch him in the Raptors 905. I've seen how good he is, but I've also seen where he'll give you, 15 a night, but he'll take 17 shots to get that. Like he's not as efficient as teams might need him to be. Great player though, all-star for a reason. Freddie V, love to see him, but I don't know, man. I don't know, but I don't know. I think Russell Westbrook.
He's
I
out
think-
for the season, right?
What's that?
He's out for the season, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's heartbreaking a little bit because like you just said, we definitely would have need him. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, even though he put up 14 points last year, still meaningful 14 points because obviously he wasn't the main ball handling guard. You guys had Jalen Green last year, but yeah, that's the whole ordeal to get into. I think Russell Westbrook could fit nicely on this team, especially with how much depth they have. They have the shooters. They don't need to worry about Russell Westbrook shooting the ball a lot. But I
Not
think
to mention Kevin Durant's there and everything. That
Oh,
would be
yeah.
kind of cool.
I mean, you got the reuniting of it would be Russ, KD, Steven Adams, and Jeff Green. Like that's
At that point, I would be fine if we like gave up something like weirdly like I don't know what we'd have to give up to get him, but bring fucking James Harden back
You
for
know
all I
what's
care.
crazy? I was just about to say that too.
Yeah, me
You
too.
you
I was
gotta
just
you gotta
thinking,
package up Jabari Smith Jr. No, that would be stupid because they're all old now. But like,
So
it'd be
like
funny
I would
though.
actually that would be like make me teary. Get everyone that's from OKC, but like not, besides what OKC did, like actually win the
Oh, yeah,
finals. You know
yeah.
what I
Don't
mean?
just make the finals and lose, and then make the conference finals and you know blow it through and later. Anyways, uh, but but yeah, no, that's I don't know. I think the Rockets they can do some serious damage this year for sure.
yeah, this team is a lot older than I remembered. So, yeah.
Man, we're getting older, bro.
That's,
Remember when Kevin
That's
Durant hit 30?
because you make us sound like we're unks.
We're damn near getting there, dude.
I'm curious on. I'm looking up the depth chart for the Raptors, and I'm wondering why Chris Boucher. Did I
Yeah.
say it right? Why is he the fourth center?
Well, heartbreakingly, actually, he's not even on the Raptors anymore. He's on the Celtics.
Okay, well that's probably why he's at the fourth.
Yeah,
Anyways,
it's heartbreaking. I saw a picture of him at the press conference in a Celtics uniform, and it brought me to tears almost. Like I'm not gonna lie, he was the last remaining player on the Raptors roster that won a ring with us.
that is true.
Like Norman Powell left, the obvious people left. Kyle Lowry, Van Vliet, he was one of the last standing. Pascal Siakam left as well. Yeah, it was Chris Boucher. He was the last player left, and it's unfortunate because he was still putting up solid numbers. It's just he was not getting minutes, and it sucks because he was at one point he was getting no minutes at all. Then he was getting some minutes, and then he was a starter for a little bit.
Yep.
But then all of a sudden he wasn't getting touches. He wasn't getting minutes. Jonathan Mobo started playing for him, like not playing for him, but playing in his minutes. So it was just like I don't know. It was either Boucher had to sit there for the rest of his career playing in the bench and playing in bum time, or he was going to
Yeah.
go to the Celtics and get some minutes in. I don't know. Best of luck for him, but I'm sad.
Do you? But the main thing why I was bringing up the depth chart, I was gonna say, from what you can, you're obviously like the Raptors super fan here, but from what I see right now, it says Emmanuel Quickly's their starting point guard, and then Jacoby Walter is their shooting guard,
Yeah.
and then R.J. Barrett, and then Scotty Barnes and Jakob Poeltl. But obviously, Brandon Ingram's gonna be on that starting. Where would he play, and where do you guys think that would work out and everything?
Okay, so I think personally, we're probably gonna go with a. So you can go Emmanuel Quickly at the 1, then you could go either R.J. Barrett at the 2, or you could go
Yeah.
with R.J. Barrett off the bench, and we could have Grady Dick playing the 2. But then you got Brandon Ingram at the 3, and then I think Scotty will play the 4, or you could vice versa those, and then the 5 will be Jakob Poeltl.
And then do you guys think that's because now you have to say it like this, you can't just say 8 teams. Do you think they're like a 12 team playoff type of thing? You know what I mean? Like because there's the play in and everything. So do you think they're like that good of a team or no?
So I think it depends on Brandon Ingram in the sense of like, is he going to be
Okay.
able to take the step that he once did in New Orleans, or because he was injured last year, is he going to be recovered from that fully? In the sense that is he going to ever be back to where we want him to be? I think that's going to weigh in a lot because he's 28 years old. He's not getting older, or actually he is getting older. That's the point. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I'm going to say he's not getting any younger, which is also but I think he kind of depends on it. And if Scotty's willing to take the next step, obviously he had a couple seasons where he wasn't going to take the next step at all. It didn't seem, but he's up to 19 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. Like he's doing his thing. He's also 24 years old, which is nuts. And also I heard something, a little bit of side note. Scotty actually, it was something like the first player other than Michael Jordan to average 15, 5, 5, and 1 steal and 1 block in the first 4 years of their career. It's Scotty Barnes and Michael Jordan to ever do that, which I think is crazy.
Oh wow.
I had no idea. I wasn't
That
paying
is
attention to that
pretty
stuff, but yeah, I think that I don't know. I feel like Scotty, he's really good, but it's like he's not as offensively sound as we want him to be. So I think somebody like Brandon
Yeah.
Ingram, who is a pure bucket getter, like that is his shtick. That is what he does. I think that he can really make Scotty's job easier because Scotty's a phenomenal playmaker. He's a phenomenal defender, great rebounder. He is a good scorer. But I think he's in like a Pascal Siakam role where he can become a first option like Siakam did, and Siakam was amazing as the first option, but you could see he really flourishes as that second option. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah,
just my
fair
take
enough.
as well. I don't know.
I also think, in my opinion, I honestly, and you could say I'm wrong. Like by all means, please say if I am wrong. I think they should give the ball like more as much as they can to Pirtle. I really like Pirtle.
You know what? I agree with that to some extent because he does. Oh, I just punched my microphone. I'm sorry. He has like a lesser of an offensive role. He's more of like a. I mean, they do run plays for him. He does. You know, he can. He's fairly diverse on his offensive skill set. I used big words there, but
The
I meant to say he's good still.
the reason I say that is because every time I've ever seen a Raptors game, by the way, it's him scoring. I don't know why. Maybe it's just a coincidence, but every time I see him like getting the ball, he scored.
Yeah. No, literally, he put up 14 and 10 last year. I almost said last week. Fifth in field goal percentage, almost 63%. The dude is efficient. Like that's well known.
Yeah.
He's also a good presence defensively. I think he's a really solid player. So I think we have the potential to be really good. But we just
Yeah,
I don't
fair
know.
enough.
Like I said before, like in any team really, a team could be really good on paper, but it doesn't matter what they're like on paper. It matters what they do on the court or on the field or on the ice. You know what I mean? So we'll just have to see
I
how the season plays out, I guess.
I also have
Yeah.
another question for both of you guys. Um, what is your guys' like most underrated league that is in the NBA for like a feeder for the NBA now? You know what I mean? Like obviously, like the NCAA is probably. I mean, I would even say Europe's even bigger. But like, what's like the league to you guys that's underrated? That's getting like these all star players into the league that are like, you know what I mean?
Well, I'll let Jake handle this question first, unless you don't know yet.
Like you're asking like what leagues below the NBA like are like the best for
Like, I'll
player
give an
like the best for
example.
like developing players almost for the NBA.
Well, I'm saying like, for example, like for example, like this, you know, like this. I think it's called the CEBL.
Yeah,
Is
Canadian
that what
Elite
it's?
Basketball League. Yeah.
Yeah, like that league. I've seen so many good players, and they're getting like signed from like their even if it's their G League teams. Like the opportunity that it's now bringing is like so elite. I feel like,
Oh
and I
yeah.
think it's underrated. So that's the question I'm asking is like, do you guys agree it's the CEBL? Do you think it's like an Australian league? Like, what are your guys' where are you guys seeing a lot of like the trend of getting these underrated like the underrated feeders
Okay,
programs?
so I think China probably has probably the second best league, or at least maybe up there with the Euro League. But in terms, I don't think they're
Okay.
underrated. So I think in terms of being underrated, I think yeah, the Canadian Basketball League or Canadian Elite Basketball League, I should say. Sorry. Yeah, I mean we see players obviously like Taze Moore. He won the MVP a couple years ago with the Vancouver Bandits, and he got a contract with the Blazers. He's not like a, you know, huge role, but he's a very good player. Everyone from I believe not everyone, but there was like I think it was like 90% of the roster of the Bandits this year because I think they went all the way. Um, and I think 90% of the roster got an NBA contract of some sort, whether it's a two-way or an entry level or whatever, right? So I think like that league is becoming a sleeper team. You know what I mean? Or sleeper league, I
Yeah,
should say.
Sleeper League. Yeah, that's what my biggest thing is. That's what I was asking.
Yeah, no, I
Because
totally agree with that.
you see like like you said like the China for example like that's a big one. But I also like get a lot of jokes of like oh you're gonna be in the China League. But like
Yeah.
I don't when you look at like but when you look at like I don't know the CEBL or like I'm trying to think of another one that's like really known. What's that one in the like America that's like it's not really like a big league but it's like um it's the one that Mikey Williams was in.
Oh, I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember what it's called.
You know what I'm talking about? Like that one too is like there's
Wait,
some
is it
good
the same?
players.
Is it the
Or like
same one that Amen and Asar Thompson were part of?
yes, yes.
Okay, I can't remember what the hell it's called. It's O something.
Overtime.
Yeah, but it's like there's a name for it. I can't remember what the hell it's called, but I know what you're talking about though. Regardless, that I mean, I feel
You
like
know what
that's
I
a
mean?
good
Like
league, but like there's just whenever I see highlights from that, it's a bunch of like kids, dude. Like I don't mean kids as
that
in
is true.
like children, but like they act like children, brother. Like
That is
just
true.
from what I've seen, that's more like a street ball league. That's what I see at least. Like I don't see like people. if they had half the attitude that they have in that league, they would be ejected from most NBA games. And that's not saying
That
the
is
NBA
true.
refs are soft, like they are obviously sometimes, but like bro, they don't have the attitude to win. They just have the attitude to be, um, street ball players. I don't know what to say. Like I mean,
So,
everyone
so
has
that
that
that's
in
what
them,
that's
but
what I'm saying though. That like that's all like kind of thing like kind of conversation I'm trying to have right now is like those are the kind of guys where like you're gonna get a good score like a legitimate like that could actually play in the NBA, but
mhm.
because of their personality, it's like that's why it's underrated because of the opportunity like of growth of that person. But like
Yeah.
they're so, you know what I mean? Because of that league,
No,
I
it's
don't know.
it's
It
absolutely
just
true.
it's a
And
fun.
there's a lot of that in the NBA too, where you see somebody so skilled and so like talented, right? And they screw
Yeah.
it up for themselves with their own. You can't put away the pride, you can't put away the ego, and so they fall out of the league for it. But I'm not saying everyone from that league is like that. I'm just saying strictly from what I've seen, and I've seen very limited amounts. So for all I mean, Asar Thompson, Amen Thompson, perfect examples right there. I mean,
Yeah.
they made it, and they are very, very good contributors to their team. So I was spewing a little bit, maybe personal bias from what I've seen from that league, but yeah, no, for sure. I mean, that is an underrated league, definitely. Didn't Kenneth Lofton play there too? Remember that big dude for the Grizzlies? He was like 6'6", a center.
Ooh, the third.
Yeah, yeah. Didn't he play there for
He
a
was a little
while?
chubby.
Yeah, yeah.
He might have. I thought he was kind of good actually,
Oh,
high
bro, he
key.
was an ass blaster in the best way possible. That dude, bro, back to the basket, he would cook you. The footwork, he's a little big, coming from a fatty myself, but dude got impeccable footwork. He got the three ball. I remember he had like a 50-point night or whatever the hell it was in the preseason or something like that. He went off. Dude, he was doing his thing.
Um, what's another topic we could talk about?
Let's see here. I have a couple that were written down, and I can't find them now. Hold on, give me one
Richard,
second.
do you
Um,
guys think Stephon Castle's gonna be really good this year for San Antonio?
I mean,
I mean, he did
And it's
alright
his
last
first
year,
name.
I think, but like,
I
especially
Yeah,
late.
did he? Because he averaged like 14, like almost 15 points a game, right?
yeah, no, I think he's gonna do fine. I think he'll be pretty good, but like, I'm just more worried about Wemby because Wemby was cleared to
And that's
play.
the big talk. But now
Because
they don't have De'Aaron Fox.
they don't have him anymore.
Yeah, he's out, right?
I don't know. I can't remember. Hold on, let me check. Let me check. Let me check. Am I casual for? I might be casual for this. Hold on.
I think Wemby's. I think that was one of the things I had in my. It says.
Because Wemby got cleared. De'Aaron Fox though, he might be out. He is out. It might. Oh, hamstring. Not
Yeah.
expected to be ready for the start of the season. That's from 11 hours ago. So I don't feel as bad for not knowing that. Even I probably should have, but uh, yeah, I mean that he's gonna step up for sure. I think that
Yeah.
this is his time to really show what he's capable of. Obviously, we know he's capable of a lot. So, but with Wemby
Um.
coming back, I think the Spurs are gonna do some damage this year, dude. I think they really will.
Okay. So I got some like angle, like some things we can debate about. Like, do you think San Antonio should be like careful with like limiting Wemby's minutes, or like just like fully unleash him? Um, how much does this missing Fox derail their early season, and could this actually help Spurs develop young guards faster?
Oh yeah, I think it's definitely an opportunity. You don't want De'Aaron Fox to be hurt,
Yes,
but
fair.
it is an opportunity to develop people and get them NBA time, right? But it's it's a double edged sword. So it's at the expense of what if they don't turn out the way you want them to, and they kind of just
Right.
screw the team over. But I've been yapping a lot. Jake, you want to give your opinion on this?
I was gonna say, yeah, yeah. I want some Jakey poo.
I don't know. Like, I don't think they're gonna like completely unleash Wemby like right out the gate. I think they'll like
Yeah.
give him some
Okay.
time to like get the rust off, if you will. And then like, of course, with Fox being out for the start of the year, that'll give what's his face some minutes.
Stephon Castle, yeah.
Yeah, Castle. And then what's
That
that
is
other young
true.
guy's name there? I felt like there was Castles and a young guy who was pretty
Oh, I know what you're talking about. It's
I, f-
uh
I can't remember his name off the top of my brain. Uh,
Keldon Johnson.
it might have been Kelvin Johnson, yeah. Yeah, I think that's who I'm thinking about, yeah. Like, he had, and Vassell as well. Like,
Yeah, Devin Vassell, yeah.
those two, like, from the Spurs game I've seen and from the highlights I watched sometimes, they can put buckets sometimes, and they
Oh,
can
yeah.
even dunk once in a while too. Like I could see pretty bright futures for those guys, and with Fox, the veteran, being out, even though they still have Chris Paul, but
No, no, Chris Paul is
Chris Paul's not on the Spurs anymore.
no.
Where did he go?
He went to the Clippers.
Oh, that's right. He went back to LA. That's
Yeah.
right. I forgot about that.
I'm I'm pretty sure at least. Unless I'm wrong here. Yeah, no, he's back on the Clippers. Yeah, I was making sure I wasn't smoking dope.
Oh, okay, well,
Um,
never mind then. But okay, yeah, I can see them having some development time with Fox being out,
yeah.
and Wemby. Like, I don't think, like I said, I don't think they'll like give him all full whatever minutes he played last year right out of the gate. Like, he probably like slowly adjust to playing again because how much time did he miss last year because of it?
He missed a good portion, I think. I'll check. He played 46 games, so he missed a pretty damn good
It's
portion.
basically like half the season.
Yeah, so he was averaging 33 minutes a game. I think they're probably going to bring that down. Maybe to start like 28, 25 to 28, just to start. And I think, he'll ease back into the starting role. And then probably by the end of it, if he stays healthy, probably going to be looking at like 35 a night. And in the playoffs, probably around 40, like to be honest.
Assuming they make it that far, yeah.
Yeah, assuming that, yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, like,
No, I
if
kind
they
of.
don't make it this year, I think they could definitely make a couple playoff runs in like the incoming years. Like maybe next like maybe 3, maybe 4 years, like down the road. I can see them being a playoff team. Like,
I could agree with
like
that.
maybe not like a top 5 team, but maybe like a 6, 7, 8 kind of seed team.
Yeah. Fair enough. I also think I was gonna bring this up, like, and I think this might be a little hot take. You guys can. This is what we can all debate about it, but I think, in my opinion, the Celtics are closer to a rebuild than another ring.
I mean, it really does
And
seem like that because they got like Ellis Retain's probably gonna be out for most of, if not all, of next season.
Yeah.
Brown's gonna have to step up more than he already does. I mean, since they have Chris Boucher down there, probably in replace of Al Horford.
Yeah, that's gonna be a tough. I don't think Chris Boucher can. I don't think he can replace Al Horford.
Well, no, not yeah.
No.
Anthony Simons absolutely cannot replace Drew Holiday. Offensively, sure, but nowhere near defensively.
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
Derek White still solid, but I think he's sort of started to taper off. You got Peyton Pritchard, who's still firing on all cylinders. Love that, but I don't know. He's 27 years old, man. Like he's getting up there too.
When I look at that team, though, a lot of those players have good opportunities to lead teams, but also, um, I'm not saying they're gonna fully abandon the opportunity they have, but like the Tatum thing is huge for that team.
Oh yeah.
And so, with that being said, like in my opinion, I think like you said, Peyton Pritchard, he's 27. He could go to a team and be he's a ring that's like that's a ring chaser in my eyes. Not in like a bad way, by the way. Like when I
Yeah.
say ring chaser, I mean like he has that opportunity to be like successful for another team
Yeah.
that is ready to win now. I don't look at the Celtics like a win now team.
Oh, absolutely
Unfortunately.
But I
not.
mean, like they've been
Hey,
in a situation before where they lose Tatum for a long period of time, and they still do pretty well for wins. Like they have like
yeah,
they
but
have enough depth for that, but
again,
Well, but
like
they couldn't do
I
it
get
when they lost when they. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but they couldn't do it when they lost Tatum in the playoffs.
well, they were already losing in the playoffs with him in there, so
Well, yeah, but they couldn't recover at all.
But like, but my that's my whole like kind of debate on that. Jake is like, the idea is like, sure they're gonna play good. Like the roster they might have could still make playoffs, but is it gonna win a ring? Like in my eyes, like sure you're trying to develop the young guys, but like again, like Peyton or like Derek White, those are guys in my opinion that shouldn't be in that position because I think they deserve a little bit more. Maybe I'm being a little too nice to them, but I think they deserve an opportunity to always be ready to win a ring and not just try to win games. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair. I could see
yeah, I
that.
can see what you mean. Like they may not be like a super team anymore, but they can still be a playoff team. That doesn't mean they'll go too far. I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe if Peyton Pritchard shares starting minutes with Simons, that could be something. It could be a good dynamic there. But I don't know. Jason Tatum is a hard void to fill. So
Yeah.
that's gonna be tough. And I don't know if Jaylen Brown can do it. Obviously, he's one of the best players in the league, but is he going to be able to take the role of two-star players? I don't think so. Somebody's going to
what?
have to step up, and I don't think they have that player.
You know what those guys remind me of actually so
Hmm.
heavily now that I thought, and maybe you guys won't agree, but Jason Tatum really reminds me of Jamar Chase, and Jalen Brown really reminds me of T. Higgins. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense, but that's just like the vibe I get from them because like you have Tatum, he's like this all-star player and like probably the one of the best guys in the league, and then you have Jalen Brown kind of like living in his shadow, but he's still really good. You know what I mean? And
No, for
that's like the
sure.
vibe I get. That's what I get the vibes from.
Jamar Chase being that superstar and T. Higgins kind of being like that all star who's like overshadowed by like the eyes on Jamar
Jamar.
Chase.
Yeah, exactly. Like literally, that's the kind of the vibe I get from those two. I don't know why, but
I think that's facts, though. I honestly do. Let's see here, though. Okay, so one thing I want to talk about a little bit, just quickly, briefly, before, because I think we're gonna probably wrap it up here pretty soon. Before we end this podcast off, who do we think, and try and be realistic here, because if we aren't, we're gonna say Raptors in Houston. But who do we think is going to win the NBA Finals, the NBA championship this season?
or way
I
too early prediction.
Way
I
too early
like it.
prediction. Yep.
I think it'll be. Or I think it'll be a rematch between the Pacers and Thunder.
That would feed families. Not gonna lie.
Yeah,
That's crazy to think that.
and not having Halliburton get injured this time. Because I think that escalated that game 7.
Oh no, absolutely killed them. But do we think Halliburton's gonna be able to bounce back? And now they don't have Miles Turner.
Where's he go?
He
Yeah.
went to Milwaukee.
Oh, hmm.
which
And
is which is kind of sad. Which is kind of sad to see a little bit because he's
dude,
been there so
I've been a
long.
Miles Turner fan for as long as I can remember. Like I've always
What
loved him.
2016
Yeah,
or 2015?
Like,
When did he? When did
2015,
he?
2015 or 2014, 15. I think he made his debut. I could be wrong though.
Yeah, right.
I can definitely see the Thunder potentially going back to back, but hearing stuff about Indiana, like Halliburton, we're still recovering, Turner no longer there. Like they also have with that, like they're also a pretty good team in Indiana. Like OKC is a really good team as well,
Yeah. One thing about the
But
but
Pacers, though, like you got to understand that a torn Achilles is. I mean, I know you know it's no joke, but a torn Achilles is one of, if not the hardest injuries to come back from in all of sports. Like there have
oh
been
yeah,
two NBA players that I can for sure say came back as good or if not better, and that's Dominique Wilkins. Obviously, I wasn't alive when he played, but Dominique Wilkins and then Kevin Durant. They came back better than they were. And two out of how many people that have torn their Achilles in the NBA? That's not a good statistic right there. I'm not saying Halliburton's going to be useless when he comes back, but I'm just saying he will probably never be the same player that he once was.
right.
that being said, you never know because but I know what you
Literally,
mean. Like you never.
statistics
Yeah,
are
it's
just a
just
statistic. Like, stuff happens all the time. He could be better than
yeah.
he could come back a athletic
Well,
But we
beast.
gotta. That's just like something we have to wait and see.
Exactly. Yeah, we can
but
make
like,
all the
but like
assumptions,
one
but
But
thing I do feel bad about is Donovan Mitchell. That man cannot escape the second round or even
oh
the
my
first
god,
round.
he's in purgatory right now. I
Like,
don't know what else to
I'm
say.
pretty.
like
But
I think
okay.
it's either gonna be this year or next year where Cleveland
My,
finally either Cleveland or if Donovan Mitchell stays or wherever he goes. I think next year's hopefully his breakout year where he makes it past the first second round.
Fair enough.
I think he's staying there, but yeah, you know
Yeah,
what
I
I
mean,
mean.
he signed a contract. I'm pretty sure he'll stay there for a little bit. Hayden,
it,
who do you think is making
what?
it?
Thank you very much. I've been cut off
I
a
know.
hundred times. It feels like. Anyways, what I was gonna say is my honest prediction when I was thinking about it because I was obviously thinking Houston, but like my actual team when I think about it, and you guys could, I might be crazy. I really like Orlando. I don't know why. I actually think that team's really good. I really like I was about to say Pacheco, but
Bankero.
I Pancaro, and also really like how they got Bane. I'm a big fan of Desmond Bane. I don't know why. I think he's gonna be really good for that team.
Yeah,
I
for
think it
sure.
brings in. I think it brings in like a new aspect into shooting for them.
I
Um,
was kind of thinking Orlando as well. Like they're kind of under the radar a little bit. Like
Yeah,
with a little bit of also Cole Anthony, who's else also that other guard they have.
Jalen Rugg or is it Ruggs?
Jalen Suggs.
Yeah, Suggs.
Yeah,
Jalen
we
Suggs,
don't know what we
like,
don't want to talk about rugs. Okay, that's a different story.
but I just really like Orlando. I think they're gonna be good. But
Yeah, no, I
for
think
like
that's definitely an underrated answer for sure. Yeah.
but like for like just like maybe like a team that's like kind of there already, maybe um I'm gonna say I'm gonna say the Knicks.
I like that answer. I was gonna say
Yeah, that was gonna be my second option as
yeah,
well.
I was gonna say in the East, I got either the Knicks or I got the Raptors. No, I'm just playing. The Knicks or I got the maybe even like you could argue the Cavs could make a big run now that I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know. I think those are two possibilities. But in the West,
I think we're in a new era of. I think the East is way better than the West right now. Actually, in my opinion.
there's a chance for sure. You could argue it. It's up there for
I
for
used to
debate.
say the West is always better than the East, but right now I'm thinking besides my Rockets, I only really think the East teams are like kind of like win now in my opinion. I don't know why.
That's fair. That's fair. But I think for the West though, I think we either see a repeat or we see the Timberwolves go all the way.
I can see
I
that.
don't like
Yeah.
the Timberwolves. I don't know. I'm gonna just kind of go against you guys there. I don't like Anthony Edwards at all. I don't think he's as good as people think he is.
Fair enough. I
Maybe by stats it shows he's good, but by just strictly playing, I don't think he's it.
That's fair. And I don't think that I think he's a great player. I think the one thing that can hold Minnesota down is Julius Randle. Love Julius Randle as a player, but he's very inconsistent from what I see.
Yes, I
Them
agree.
losing, you know, they were like kind of overcame it, but losing Towns as well, like that was like their core.
Yeah, but I mean they did better last year than they did with Towns for the most part, right? So
That is true.
Yeah, I guess they wouldn't make it to the conference finals.
yeah. But yeah. And Nas Reed stayed there, I'm pretty sure, so
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, I can see OKC or Minnesota.
maybe,
I don't
maybe if
think,
Nas Reed could hit a shot in the playoffs, that'd be pretty sick too, hey?
but I don't think Denver is like. I don't think they can go all the way again or like.
Well, they're not the fine. They wouldn't be the repeat. I think it
Well,
was.
I don't know that, but like you know,
Yeah, I don't know. They're in a mixed bag of tricks. I think Denver, yeah, that's a mixed bag of tricks right there.
Yeah.
But I think are we? Do we? That's all, folks. Sorry to sound like Porky Pig. I kind of look like him. Anyways, are we all talked out?
Yeah, I'm down. That's fine.
All right, Jake.
yeah, I don't really have much to say.
All right, fair enough. Thank you guys so much for watching. We're gonna wrap it up now. If you guys like this video, make sure to leave a like, hit the subscribe button. Basically, we're going to be aiming for 3 podcasts a week, one for basketball, one for hockey, one for football. So if any of those interest you, stay tuned. Subscribing helps you guys stay updated on when we post. We also have a TikTok and an Instagram where we post our YouTube shorts onto, those platforms. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next week.
See ya.
Yeah.